Okay, great. I think it's fast enough. Alrighty. Got it. Okay, I know it may be a little jumpy, the internet right now. Can you hear me all right? Just type in chat if you can hear me all right. Someone can type in. Yes, no, maybe, no. Someone type in, please, to tell me if you can hear me. Little crackling. But you can understand? Okay, that's good. Anyway, this is Janmastami. Just give me 1 second to get everything set up and to mute everybody. And on Janmastami, there's always some problem. At least it's not rain, which is actually the worst thing that can happen. And let me mute everybody. Give me a second. I'm not on my regular computer. Okay, so we're going to have some sort of class. And actually, our main class is going to be, let's see, what time is it now? In 2.5 hours from now, and I should have better internet connection by then. So this is just an introductory class for Janmastami. For the main class we're giving, because we're having to connect with people in Austin, Texas, and there's going to be a lot of people online. And that's 2.5 hours from now. Wherever you are, remember 2.5 hours from now, because it's 5 o'clock, 7:30, giving the main class. And not only that, uh, for those of you in Australia and New Zealand, it'll be a little later in the morning. So let's speak a little bit right now, but you're all invited. Actually, are you invited? Let me say, let me put in the. I actually have to put in the link so you can copy it. It's not going to be a regular Zoom. Maybe actually I'll simulcast. Hopefully, if I have enough internet. But just give me 1 second. And we'll give you the link, the main link for the class. So those of you who are wanted to watch it or want to watch it can watch it. You can get the main link. Give me 1 second. Goranga. Oh, this is not going to work. Let's see. Anyway, that should be good enough because I can't find the link right on my other computer. Okay, let's start. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Radha Kunya Bihari Gopi Jana Balaba Girivardhari Gopi Jana Malaba Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhova, Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Malaba, Giri Bharat Hari, Gopi Jana Malaba, Giri Bharat Hari, Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana, Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Manachari, Yamuna Tira Manachari, Jaya Radha Madhova, Kunya Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunya Bihari, Jai Om Vishnupad, Paramahansa Paravatikacharya, in grace by Chandananda Bhaktivedanta Goswami, Arishila Prabhupada Jai, ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Jai, Ananda Goti Vaishnav Vrinda Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Jai, Rem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shidwaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai, Shri Shri Radhakrishna Gopikapada Shyam Kunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Kijai Vrindavanam Kijai Mathuram Kijai Jagannath Swami Kijai Yamunamai Kijai Shrimati Tulasi Devi Kijai Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Kijai Oh Premananda Hari Hari Bol. All glory is the assembled devotees, all glory is the assembled devotees. All glory is the assembled devotees, all glory is to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Budale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pachari Nivashesha Shanyavadi Paschacha Jayashatari. So, as I mentioned before, the main class is going to be in about 2.5 hours from now. Actually, 2 hours and 20 minutes from now. This is going to be very short because I have to sit outside where I have cell reception because our Wi-Fi went down for the whole area here. And probably for the class I'm going to give in about 2 hours and 20 minutes, or 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes, I'll drive somewhere with my car where there's better cell reception so we can have more internet. Okay, so this is going to be very short, and then we'll take questions. And the class later on is going to be much longer. I think later on I'm going to talk about the demons that Krishna killed and which anarthas those demons represent. But right now I'm just going to talk about the purpose of the Lord's Advent. So, the purpose of the Lord's Advent, of course, you're all familiar, as you may have heard this morning or heard in some other class that you attended, is Pritranaya Saranam Vinashaya Chadushkritam. But I'm not going to talk about that. So what does that verse mean? That verse means that Krishna comes to annihilate the miscreants, establish religious principles, and to protect the devotees. Which is actually true, yes. But, here's a big but about that. But Krishna doesn't have to come down to do those things. He doesn't have to come down to do those things because Krishna has energies and devotees who can do it. Krishna doesn't have to do anything. Natasya karyam karnanam navijate. Krishna has no duties to do, and he's swarat, he's independent, he's aptakama, he gets whatever he wants, whenever he wants it. So, I have to do certain things. Just like right now, to be on the internet, I'm sitting in my driveway, or sitting on the road, actually, in front of my house, because that's the only place I get like half-decent 5G reception, and I'm getting bitten alive by the bugs, but that's part of Janmashtami austerity. There's always some austerity on Janmashtami. So I have to do certain things. I can't just wish that there would be internet and everything will go all right. I'm not the supreme controller. Krishna is Ishvara, Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha, and Adhiradir Govinda Sarvakarna Karnama. Krishna has reminded me that I'm not the controller and I don't get whatever I want whenever I want it. And Krishna gets whatever he wants whenever he wants it. And Krishna never has to get bitten alive by the bugs. But anyway, my feet are itching right now from the bugs, but that's life. So, in any case, Krishna's independent, so he doesn't have to come down to do that. Krishna devotees through material energy. He has so many energies. Parasya Shakti Vividaiva Shuyate Swabhavaki Jnana Balakriya Cha. And all of Krishna's energies are first-class servants of his. In other words, they do whatever he wants. Whenever he wants it. He doesn't even have to ask them. Wouldn't that be nice to have a first-class servant who would do whatever you want, whenever you want, and you don't even have to tell them what to do, and they do it, and they're happy to do it. Third-class servant, you tell them what to do, they do it, and they're not happy doing it. I know a lot about third-class servants. And 10th-class servants I know a lot about too. They don't do what you ask for when you ask them to do it. So, but Krishna's energies are first-class servants. And because they're first-class servants, Krishna doesn't have to come down, Pritranaya Sadhanam Vinashaya Jadushkritam. So that's external. Yes, it's a reason Krishna comes. We understand that. But that's an external reason. Every time Krishna comes, he has his own reasons and he has external reasons. Like when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he appeared to spread the Krishna consciousness movement, to show Harinam, Sankirtan. Yes, that's true. And that's the external reason. But there's internal reasons why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And what are those internal reasons? Internal reasons like Lord Chaitanya wanted to see himself, because Lord Chaitanya, he wanted to see himself through Radharani's perspective. He wanted to appreciate his own beauty, his own attractiveness. And the second reason, there's actually three reasons. Second reason, he wanted to enjoy like his devotees enjoy. The second reason. And the third reason, he wanted to understand Radharani's love for him. So these are like internal reasons why Lord Chaitanya appeared. And of course, Krishna has his internal reasons. Prabhupada explains this quite nicely in the Krishna book. So Krishna's internal reasons, we're not talking about the external reasons, and the external reasons are important too. But Krishna's internal reasons for coming down are to enjoy. As we've mentioned many times before, the Lord's psychology is very simple to understand. Enjoy. But what does he enjoy? He doesn't enjoy the material energy. He doesn't come in touch with the material energy. For that, he has Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva comes in touch with the material energy and consorts with the material energy, and that's why we're here. Lord Shiva is our father in a material sense in this world, and he implanted us within this material energy. But Krishna never touches the material energy. Never, 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 never. And when he comes down to this material world, he brings his spiritual abode with him. That abode, of course, is known as Brajadham. And of course, Krishna has expansions, have different abodes like Mathuradham, Dwarkadham, and then so many other abodes where Krishna appears, Jagannath Puri Dham. And these are all dhams or tirthas. Tirtha means a place where you can actually enter into the spiritual world and cross up. That's what the word tirtha means. Tirtha means a crossing place, or to cross up to the spiritual realm. So anyway, so when Krishna appears, he comes with his spiritual abode, and he comes with his devotees and everything like that. So the reason Krishna comes to the world, his internal reason, is that Krishna wants to enjoy, not the material world, which I mentioned before, but Krishna wants to enjoy ras, taste. Krishna likes variety in his tastes. Just like we, when we eat prasadam, hopefully we take prasadam, we like variety in our tastes. Sometimes we like salty, sometimes we like sweet. That's a rasa. There's a sweet rasa, salty rasa, sour rasa, all these different rasas. And scientists have analyzed, of course, biologists have analyzed different parts of the tongue that taste different rasas. For example, the tongue tastes sweet. You just take a lolly and you rub it on the beer and then you measure the sweet rasa. So Krishna can enjoy any of the rasas with any part of his body. He's not limited like us, like a tongue is very limited. And then if you eat something too hot, your tongue becomes numb and you can't even taste rasas anymore. But Krishna's not like that. He can angani yasha shakalen driyadri tibanti. Krishna can enjoy any rust with any part of his body. Prabhupada would say Krishna can eat with his ears, he can see with his hands. That's pretty amazing because his body is Satchidananda Vigraha. So Krishna comes down to enjoy the rasas. And what are the rasas? Rasas are based upon interactions with his parts and parcels and with his expansions. It's interesting. They're all personal because Krishna enjoys personal rasas. We try to enjoy impersonal rasas. Like I've mentioned many times before, I enjoy driving my car very fast. That's not a personal rasa. And therefore it's ultimately not enjoyable. It's maya or illusion. Okay? But personal rasa is what Krishna enjoys. And what are those personal rasas? Of course, you got the five basic rasas, which we're familiar with. Relationship, it actually means taste, okay? Like Shanta ras, the peaceful ras, where people are worshiping Krishna, our Father, our Krishna who art in heaven, hallowed be the name of the kingdom come. And Krishna enjoys the Dasha ras with his devotees, the Sakya ras. Sakya means friendship, where Krishna has friends who are equal to him, some are subordinate to him, and some are more superior, some are superior to him. So Krishna enjoys that. And then there's the parental ras, where Krishna enjoys being chased by Yashoda Mai, our pastime, and Krishna enjoys the conjugal ras, where Krishna enjoys being threatened by his consorts like Srimati Radharani, Lalita, and Vishaka. Sorry about that. Internet not so good. As I said in the later class about better internet, I'm going to keep it rather short just to give you a brief introduction of rasa theology. So Krishna enjoys these. Krishna enjoys these relationships with other jiva souls. Krishna not a jiva soul, but with jiva souls, and even with his incarnation. So the five basic rasas, or states of virtue, which I mentioned, and then there's seven indirect rasas, and some of them can only be fully experienced, in the material world. For example, you have the indirect rasa of ghastliness. Ghastliness means something that's just so horrible it makes you freaked out. And sometimes when Krishna is fighting, the heads are rolling in rivers of blood. That's pretty ghastly. Think of anything more ghastly. So there's anger which can be fully in this world. Anger and fear. So these rasas are fully experienced by Krishna in this world, and Krishna began to manifest or to experience and enjoy these different rasas with his parts and parcels, including his expansions. Like you see, Krishna has this ras with Balaram. Balaram gets angry with Krishna sometimes. And Balaram and Krishna are the same person. We've talked about this many, many times before. Advaita Chuta Nadi Rananta Rupa Madhyam Purana Purasham Naviyovanam Cha. There's no difference between Balaram and Krishna. But Krishna is exchanging ras with Balaram. Krishna is exchanging the ras with Arjuna. Of course, Arjuna is a jiva soul, like you and me, but he's a pure jiva soul. Krishna's exchanging the ras. There's that whole story where the Mahavishnu, who is wanted to see Krishna, so and Arjuna wanted to protect the sons of the Brahmana, and he said, I can't protect the sons of the Brahmana, and commit suicide. And then Krishna didn't want him to commit suicide, so Krishna and Arjuna had to go up to see the Mahavishnu who was stealing the sons. So Krishna was exchanging ras with Mahavishnu. I mean, this is so wild, so amazing. And Krishna's enjoying it, exchanging ras. And we're going to get into that tonight in the next class, how he kills the various demons, I mean, all these different demons. Actually, some of them were killed by Balaram. How he kills all these different demons, and he enjoys this action, the anger, the fear. Like Krishna was feeling fear when the devotees entered into the coward boys entered into the mouth of the Aghasura demon, and Krishna enjoyed that. So this is the internal, esoteric reason for Krishna's appearance within this world, because Krishna is the enjoyer, and he's Rasa Raj. That means Rasa Raj means the king of all rasas. So today, and I said I'm going to keep this short, and we can take some questions, because the later class is going to be at about 2 hours from now, and I got to look for a better internet connection, because that's going to be much longer, and for a lot of devotees in Austin, Texas, who require class. So Krishna's enjoying. That's the reason why Krishna is in this material world. And there's another reason I don't want to. It's really important, because Krishna does not appear in this world to manifest his pastimes. We would not know about the nature of God, and we would have to engage in something called anthropomorphism. For those of you who don't know what anthropomorphism is, we have to project our own conceptions of being human beings on God. We have to speculate on the nature of God, or God is a light, or God is energy, or God is everything, or I am God, or you're God. So another very important reason that Krishna appears, which only Krishna can do, his energies cannot do this, is to actually manifest his beauty, his pastimes, his interactions with his devotees, so that we become attracted. Krishna, as we mentioned many times before, the word means the person who attracts us, who gives us bliss. And because Krishna is Bhagawan, the features of Bhagawan, all knowledge, all renunciation, that's good for sannyasis, all power, all strength, all fame. Krishna has all these different features, so when we hear about him, when we see the deity, and the reason we have deities here and we can see the form of the deity is so that we can actually be attracted to the form of Krishna. So this is really important. So very important in the Krishna appears in this material world. So people walking by. So anyway, I just wanted to keep this class short, and we can take questions out here being eaten by bugs. But the next class, in about 2 hours, I will give from the inside of my car, where it's air conditioned. Right now, it's actually, for those of you who know centigrade, it's about maybe about 30 something degrees here. So this is an austerity, but Krishna always makes me do austerities on Janmashtami. That's his special mercy, so I can get purified. On Janmashtami, if something is supposed to go wrong, it will go wrong, even though I think I'm the supreme controller. So, anyway, we only have 12 people, but it's on Facebook and on YouTube. So we will allow you all to ask some questions, and we'll end and be ready for the next class. So you're allowed to unmute yourselves. Please ask questions now or forever hold your peace. Anybody have any questions?
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. Krishna Shila Prabhupada.
Oh, Krishna Lila. Here's the great preacher of Krishna consciousness.
All your mercy, Gurudev, all your mercy. Gurudev, I just wanted to.
Krishna Lila had so much faith in Krishna. Let me tell you a story first. Krishna Lila had so much faith in Krishna that she quit her job, opened up basically a preaching center and a pharmacy, and Krishna reciprocated with her immensely. And she, do you have a question?
Yes, Gurudev, Gurudev. Today is actually my first Abhishekam after my second initiation. So I'm very excited and I'm very grateful for Shaima Priya Devi Dasi because 2 days ago we did half the program and there was 112 people on Zoom, Gurudev. And so today is my first Abhishekam with Shaima Priya Devi Dasi. I just wanted to ask you if you could just give 1 or 2 lines. About Abhishekam, the mood, in the mood we should do the Abhishekam, Gurudev, or any advice.
Okay. Abhishek. Okay. Abhishekam is the bean ceremony where we bathe Krishna with Krishna and Radharani, or whichever incarnation Lord happens to be appearing on the day. So it's called Abhishek. So the mood is, it's like celebrating Krishna's appearance like Yashoda. It's actually a parental mood, basically, to honor someone. And also with Krishna, it's like being like in a motherly or a parental mood, celebrating Krishna's appearance by giving him an abhishek. It's a traditional ceremony. But with Krishna specifically, on Janmashtami, it means we are actually assisting Mother Yashoda and honoring Krishna. Because that's what Mother Yashoda did. She would bathe Krishna. So it's parental. So that's all right?
Thank you, Gurudev.
Okay. I am very proud of all your preaching, so please keep doing that. Krishna will bless you immensely.
Need your blessings,
Okay,
Gurudev.
so does anyone else have any questions? And we're going to try to keep this short.
Gurudev, all your glories that Krishna Leela is doing so well. She is an amazing preacher. Your blessings are there with her and an exemplary devotee. Hare Krishna, Gurudev.
Yeah, by Lord Chaitanya's blessings and the blessings of the spiritual master, one can do amazing service. Like, well, Prabhupada said that the word impossible is not there in the dictionary. It's only there in gets the order, the empowerment, then miracles can be there. Like Prabhupada came to the Western world fulfilling the order of his spiritual master, and he was able to do miracles. We're all here today because of that.
Yes.
So she has great faith, and because of that faith, Krishna's empowering her. All right.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev.
All right. So, any other questions? Otherwise, I'm being eaten alive by bugs. And for the next class in 2 hours, we're going to give inside my car, unless the internet's working at the temple. Then I will not be eaten by bugs. So please have mercy on me. I think I should end now. And happy Janmashtami to everybody, and happy Vyas Puja tomorrow for Srila Prabhupada. Hopefully, anyway, we'll have internet in the temple because I have another hotspot that I'm lending to the temple right now. Okay. See you all hopefully in 2 hours from now. All glories to His Divine Grace. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Ki Jai.